All right, I'm on location at the Santos Fat Tire Festival and just got some video of riding around the trails at Santos, and now we're going to walk around and look at the vendors and kind of see what's here. So Giant's here with all their demo fleets. We got Anthems and Trances and all that. So this is a cool pump. This pops your tubeless beads into place. These are getting real popular. This is pretty cool. They've got the Live tent here too, so this is Giant's women's specific brand of cycles. So that's pretty cool. I've never seen the Live tent with the Giant bikes. Ibis bikes. All right, so this is Harry with Ibis Bikes, and he's going to tell us about the Mojo HD.
So this is the Mojo HD4. This is the latest and greatest of the Mojo series of bikes. It's the fourth iteration of the Mojo series, so we're calling it the Mojo HD4. Basically, it's an enduro bike, so 160 millimeters of travel in the front, 153 in the back, which is exactly 6 inches. We slackened the head tube angle of this bike out quite a bit, so it's a 64.9 head tube angle, so it really likes to come alive at speed. We also lengthened the cockpit of this bicycle by, depending on size, over the HD3 anywhere from 10 to 30 millimeters longer. We also made this seat tube much lower, and that's direct input from our World Enduro team. They like to run a longer dropper post, so this bike can run up to a 70 millimeter, 170 millimeter dropper post, or you can run it at a standard length dropper post as well. But really solid bike, loves to come alive at speed, but really no penalty for the long suspension travel with the DW link. It's a very efficient pedaling bicycle. And it should be noted too that our World Enduro team took #1 last year on this bike. Yeah.
Very nice. So what's the weight of the bike as it sits right now?
As it sits right now, I haven't weighed this one, but they come in anywhere about kind of mid 27-ish, depending on, obviously the more dollars you put into it, the more grams you take off, that kind of thing. But yeah, generally about 27-ish pounds, which is kind of unbelievable for a 6-inch travel bike that you can still pedal uphill. But carbon fiber wheels, carbon fiber frame, our own carbon fiber wheels, Ibis 742 wheels, excuse me. But yeah, really solid, great enduro bike with a pedigree behind it, even after 1 year out.
Very nice. All right, thank you, Harry.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Cannondale bikes. So I want to look at this slate. I've heard a lot of good things about this bike. So this is a gravel bike, kind of an all conditions type bike with a fork. So you've got a suspension fork on it. It's getting real popular for gravel riding. So this one has Force 1, bigger chain ring than my cyclocross bike. Really nice. And here's a Cannondale Habit. This one has, I don't know what the travel on this one is, but it's got the lefty fork. Looks like it's got a carbon front end with an aluminum rear. Nice bike. Cannondale trigger. It's got a Fox 34 fork on it. Same one I've got on my trail bike, my Trance. Going to look at Samson bikes. So these are titanium bikes. They've got some pretty cool bikes here. Let's check some of them out. That's a pretty sweet single speed there. That's a full suspension single speed titanium bike. So this one doesn't have a pivot in the back. It's just a kind of a flex pivot here in the frame. So that's the Jury. That's a pretty cool X-Fusion shock too. Box step cast fork. Dude, I bet that this thing weighs like 20 pounds. Not sure about that seat though. I'll have to put a couple hours before I gave a verdict, but I don't know. Maybe comfortable. Maybe not. Look at this titanium gravel bike. Wow. See how light that is. Yeah, that's probably about 16, 17 pounds. It's got a SRAM force drivetrain, single front chainring in the front. Let's go check out Lightspeed. It's been a while since I've seen Lightspeed bikes, which of course are titanium. So Lightspeed, this is Pinhoti. Love the name. One of my favorite trails up in North Georgia. So this one's named after that one. So we got a hardtail plus bike. Looks like a 3.0 in the front, probably a 2.8 in the back, which is pretty common for plus bikes now. Titanium. Man, I'd love to try this one. I bet you that's a comfortable hardtail. Plus size tires with a tie frame. Nice. See what components we got on this one. So we're running XT. Shimano XT drivetrain. Probably XT brakes, are they? Yep, XT brakes. Here's a Lightspeed Unicoi. Also named after a trail in North Georgia. So this is it's like a single pivot style full suspension. I don't know what the travel is on this one, but I'm guessing maybe probably about 100 millimeters in the back. So I'm at the Trucker Co. tent, and I've never used Trucker Co. sealant. I really don't know a lot about it. All right, so I'm here with Andy with Trucker Co. So give me a little scoop on Trucker Co. No pun intended there.
Trucker Co. has been around for a while. They're a small company out of Nevada now. Trucker Co. makes the sealant. It's a Brazilian sourced latex. Very pure ingredients. It's 3 times thicker than most brands out there, so more concentration of latex, 75% less ammonia, and that means, among other things, it brings the pH down. Your typical sealant's 9.8 on the pH scale. We're at 8.8, and anything over 9 is very, very corrosive to aluminum, and particularly alloy nipples, so you're not going to corrode those little guys. We use a ground up recycled rubber in there, if you can see this. And that does a lot to help clog the big holes if you get a big hole. And being thicker helps to clog it, so you stick this stuff on a new tire and boom, it's done. No coming back to flat tires the next morning. Your typical brand, if you poured it out and let it dry, is about this thin. And being 3 times thicker, this is Trucker Co. without the rubber additive, so it's really thick. And that's what you want in your tire to seal up the tire. It's not harsh. It's safe to get your hands in it. Won't give you diseases down the road. And Trucker Co. also sources the best products we can find. So out of Taiwan, we've got the best factory making brake pads. $15 on the resin, $20 on the centered pads. Awesome pads. They work great. And we're doing the Speed Evolution alloy valve stems. And I'm trying to get guys to do this, which is cool, Schrader valves. Schrader valves have a bigger hole, easier to seat the tire, no problems with the valve cores getting clogged up, easier to work on, more durable. We also have some titanium bits, rotor bolts and brake bolts and stuff. On Amazon, it's on eBay and truckerco.com. It's the best stuff out there, I think.
Cool. All right, Andy's also going to show us the Konnex chains.
German company, German engineering. Everything you think it's meant to be. So they've come up with this link and they call it the Konnex link. No tools required, reusable, and it works on anybody's chain. The trick is it doesn't actually snap. You can see the outer plates hitting each other, and you have to kink it to clear the outer plates, and then it comes off. So this is 11 speed. It'll work on anybody's 11 speed. So always carry one of these with you because you don't need the tools. What's special about German, the Konnex chains, it's a European steel, which is a little higher grade, German engineering. But the high-end chains, we're using a stainless steel on the interlink. So the black chain, which is just beautiful with the gold pins, and the nickel chain, pretty chain. The interlinks, which is this, stainless steel, because stainless is a harder and smoother metal, so less friction, less wear. They last a whole lot longer. These 2 chains are the same metal. They just coat them differently. And over here we have this chart. It took 2 years in the making. The nickel chain went way out to this line. The black chain went here. Campy chains did real well, probably the European steel. Other brands, KMC is a very good chain. It went that far, that's good. And the other guys are there. So what you're seeing here you put the Konnex chain on with a stainless steel interlink, you're saving your drivetrain, because nowadays chain rings and cassettes are very expensive. This is not going to tear your chain ring up. So you're saving the drivetrain. It works on Shimano, it works on SRAM, Sunrace, Campy. It works on everything better. Runs quieter and smoother. So it's really a nice chain. People are enjoying it.
All right. Very cool. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video of my vendor tour at the Santos Fat Tire Festival. I'll pick it up in part 2 with another video.